Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Kuhn here again, Paleo Palm Long Island, MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, should you be drinking tequila?
I'm the caveman.
And the answer is, yes, if you're trying to get drunk. If you're looking for health benefits, then sort of. Now, this question came to me from a couple people who tagged me in a viral video that's going around right now, all about the health benefits of tequila. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I love my tequila clubs. So this one really pains me to have to do. But is the video actually accurate? The first fact the video discusses is that tequila is a probiotic. And while yes, tequila is a fermented food, meaning they use microbial cultures in the production, we've already talked about before that fermented foods don't really give you much probiotic value. The strains used simply do not have an appreciable effect on your microbiome population. Moreover, the most commonly used strain, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, should not be confused with the related but distinct Saccharomyces boulardii, which is a very good probiotic. It's kind of like assuming that Michael Jordan's cousin is going to be just as good at basketball as he is. Yeah, they share a lot of the same genes, but I probably wouldn't want him leading my team. Following up on that thought, the video tries to make the claim that tequila will actually help to balance your gut bacteria. While that would be true if it were an actual probiotic, unfortunately, alcohol is actually associated with the development of intestinal permeability or leaky gut and SIBO or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Next, it goes on to say that tequila encourages insulin production, thereby making it a good choice for diabetics and those with hypertension. Oh boy, where to even begin on this one? First off, excessive insulin production is associated with blood sugar dysregulation and the development of metabolic syndrome, of which diabetes and hypertension are two of the biggest components. Now, type 2 diabetics do not need to release more insulin. What they need is to be more sensitive to it, such as by, actually not overly consuming things that will cause spikes in insulin release. From there, the fructans they mentioned are a type of carbohydrate that are classified amongst the FODMAPs, or fermentable oligomonosaccharides and polyols. These do not get digested by the small intestine, but rather get broken down by your gut bacteria. Now, we've talked about them before as potentially being the actual cause behind non-celiac gluten sensitivity. But in people who have intestinal permeability and gut dysbiosis, such as someone who is, drinking tequila every day because they think it's going to make them healthier, well, those fructans can actually provide a fuel for the pathogenic or the bad bacteria. It then goes on to state that for people with gastrointestinal disorders, medications are a way of life. So you should drink tequila to make sure that those medications make it to your colon without being broken down in the stomach. Now, first of all, I think it's insulting to assume that someone who has a dietary-based condition needs to be on medications. But either way, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. We'll work backwards on this one. Unless you're taking medication-infused tequila enemas, tequila will not make your medications bypass your stomach and go directly to your colon. Now, fructans can stimulate the increase of glucagon-like peptide 1, which will decrease the rate at which your stomach empties, as well as decrease your stomach acid production. But what is decreased stomach acid associated with? Oh yeah, SIBO, gut dysbiosis, GERD, or gastrointestinal reflux, acid reflux. Fortunately, those fructans never actually make it into your body if we are talking about consuming tequila. The Saccharomyces cerevisiae, eat them during the fermentation process, just like the bacteria and yeast in your gut would do if you ate the fructans yourself. Now, again, to be clear, if you have a healthy flora, they can have some benefit. But if you're consuming alcohol every day, probably not. Moreover, that study, the one they based the video on, which they didn't actually read the study, it was based on feeding agave. So actually feeding the plant, the fructans from that plant, to obese mice. Unless you plan on going out and eating cactuses, you should probably take this video with a grain of salt and maybe a slice of lime. So your biggest takeaways are that, no, unfortunately, tequila probably isn't going to be the answer to your gastrointestinal, metabolic, and other health problems. But if you are looking for a good, clean way to have a drink, tequila probably does still represent your best option. And it does represent the only good use for agave nectar. But if you want some more information on how the potential health benefits of alcohol are pretty universal and not just limited to red wine, or how fermented foods likely do not have an appreciable effect in terms of probiotics, or how you can actually regulate your blood sugar, or how fructans and other FODMAPs may actually be the root of non-celiac gluten sensitivity, take a look at these videos over here. But either way, hopefully that helped you out, guys. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman. Over on Facebook at Paleo Problem Long Island. And of course, over at MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, have a wonderful rest of your day. Maybe go have a shot at tequila. Just not every day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Henson 1 travels through the bloodstream, the lungs, and the kidneys. It's further metabolized.
I'm the caveman.